Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bentar ya guys, masih azan. Habis azan kita main. Habis azan kita bermain. Cek satu, cek. Masuk dah suara saya guys. Oke, thank you Bang Ender Dragon. Iya Bang, thank you Bang. Ya harus semangat nih Bang, lagi 4 hari ya. Sampai tanggal 15 nih, tanggal berapa sih? Oh lagi 5 hari. Ya 4 lah, 4 hari. Sebelum reset season. Biar dapat skill sepatu 10 biji. Ini mana nih? Oke, lawannya mantap. Saliba sakit. Pelatih penggantinya. Saya nggak bawa lagi. Begini. Event Konde.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Such scenes here. A sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. Well, if you did just miss it, we are
Iya,
up
semata
and
asis
running
Bang.
already.
Biar gampang. Maklum Bang, masih penggunaan ini Bang.
Mohamed Salah.
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this guy
Mandi
Rodri is a
masa
player
kalah.
I like a lot, and he's someone who
Oke, mantap.
quietly gets on with his job by doing.
Can he
Ya
finish?
Allah, yang itu.
Beckham
Wah, Akbar. Salah
fills it through.
terus, saya kok
That's
finishingnya
been cut
susah.
out, well played.
Kadang bingung.
Well, the idea
Harus
was a
tenang
good
kan?
one. The
Tenang saya
execution
ini
of
yang
it,
susah.
not quite so.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent
Allahu
run,
Akbar.
but the pass just lacked pace.
Iya bang, bener. Biar akurat. Tapi kadang kalau kita ingin apa?
Through in.
Ingin datar, ngelambung deh. Ya udah, oke.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Played out
Dia
wide.
yang ngatur bang.
And here's Hullet. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And here's Mohamed Salah. Bellingham. No change to the score.
Abang pakai smart assist tak bang Dragon?
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pedri. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Salah, saya salah. Kenapa sekana? Buru-buru.
Neymar, very much a man of this moment. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Barcelona clearly are trying to
Harus
establish
tenang
themselves
katanya. Harus
as a team
kata
that
plot
likes to
layar
retain
harus
the
tenang.
ball.
Finishingnya harus tenang. Oke, harus tenang. Oke, betul. Mantap.
It's
Oke, sama kita bang.
there is the
Lagi meta ya bener enak ya. Smart assist nih.
Barcelona really
Lagi
were
meta
asking
bener.
for trouble there by failing to cope with
Main di
a
apa bang? Di
formidable
Steam?
press.
Apa di PS?
Indonesia are in front
Tadi
now. The
Xbox.
game's only goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Nah, begitu saya mandi nih. Mandi. Dan lain-lain tuh. Lebih tenang saya main nih. Kencangan. Kencangan.
Missed by a fraction.
Iya bener bang, bener. Susah banget. Ini makanya mudahan bisa nih ya. Kalah saya sudah
Bellingham,
60 loss.
Neymar.
Ada mungkin 200 game saya main ini.
Right now and leading.
200 match segitu.
Goes steaming forward. Mbappe. And Dijk gets it clear. Bellingham.
Divisi 2 nih yang
Now it's
sangat-sangat menentukan, agak susah.
Neymar driving through the middle.
Ya Allah, nyesel saya double tap.
Rodri did well to emerge with the ball. That's
Tenang,
a
tenang.
contest to keep
Kita
an
masih
eye on.
unggul, tenang. Kita masih unggul. Oke, butuh
No, that was
ketenangan.
never going to make it. It's an inviting looking ball
Jangan
back.
berusuk-berusuk. Butuh
And here's
ketenangan.
Mohamed Salah.
Kita belajar tenang nih, belajar relax.
And that is out of play.
Wah, GG di PS sih. Serem-serem bang ya. Tapi ya ketemu juga sih sama anak PS. Dimanapun kita main. Di PS bisa nggak dimatiin crossnya bang? Cross platformnya maksud saya. Biar ketemu sama-sama PS aja gitu. Saya di Xbox nggak bisa nih. Bisa nggak bang Dragon?
Van Dijk. Indonesia are one up and looking
Ini
surprisingly
ngelawan anak
comfortable.
PS, ketemu anak
He's
PS,
found a way
pusing.
through.
Jagonya minta ampun.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, this is intriguing.
Well, that is good. Super running shot.
Nggak bisa, oh ya sama aja berarti. Ya, harus menerima lah bang. Berarti menerima segala segala lawan di segala device. Yang tentunya makin susah.
Hullet. And it's Hullet. He can run onto that.
Anak Steam tuh jago tuh.
Is offering some sort of an apology there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Kalau PS kan pusatnya pro player, kayak yang sering live si Baim, tempat sering aneh-aneh nanya itu, Bang Baim. Itu sih udah di luar kepala dia main. Nah, iya bener Bang. Karena baru-baru kayaknya belum terlalu dioptimalkan tuh gimana. Putra mainnya enakan konsol atau mobile? Tergantung Bang. Karena saya nggak bisa, udah nyoba sih mobile, enak-enak. Karena tombolnya kan banyak yang simple gitu, tapi kadang saya suka lupa nih karena kebiasaan disetik. Jadi agak susah mainnya di mobile, belum hafal bener lah. Kadang lupa. Jadi kalau nanya pemain konsol, mungkin jawabannya lebih nyaman, bukan lebih enak, lebih nyaman di konsol. Kalau nanya anak mobile ya lebih nyaman di mobile. Sama aja sih Bang sebenarnya. Gamenya kan sama nih, football. Cuma di mobile kan padat sekali ya, rame. Sering penuh servernya. Mobile penggunanya, wah ngeri gila-gilaan. Jadi kalau untuk mau ngonten lebih rame mobile. Mau menjadi konten konten kreator. Abang main di mobile mending dikontenin Bang. Viewernya banyak. Di Indonesia kan viewer mobile paling banyak si Dennis ya. Di YouTube-nya kalau dia live, wah gila. Dennis Bernard, viewernya paling banyak menurut aneh sih. Kalau dari India si Tomboy.
Still separated by the game's only goal. He'd have done well to reach that. Van Dijk. Roberto Carlos.
Hey.
Yes, the referee's given it.
Sabi.
And it's Masih.
Nah, nggak punya nih pelatih Sabi Bang. Punya. Aneh nggak ngambil yang pelatih Sabi kemarin. Karena mikirnya udah ada si Amora. Nyata jelek Amora sekarang. Majunya ketinggian. Amorim. Iya nyesel lah ambil Sabi, bener asli. Mudahan keluar lagi ya pelatih Sabi. Asli nyesel lah ngambil itu. Amorim sekarang nggak berani. Bener gila Amorim. Depan sekali. Bolong. Ini aneh pakai apa ini? Lain Amorim lah. Kalau gitu Sabi waktu itu harus saya ambil. Memang terbaik Sabi dari zaman ke zaman. Nah. Enggak aneh ikut bro.
Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to.
Udah pada ngecamp tuh teman-teman. Bang Gabriel.
Van Dijk has a look and plays it forward.
Ini masih berjuang nih soalnya. Divisi 1 nih. Tunggu dapat nomor 1 lah baru bisa enak.
Looking wide. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. He's cut it out. Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Oh, that's a foul. Which side of the line is that? No, the referee's judged
Jangan
that the
bilang
offense
penalti.
took place outside the area.
Aneh di Mataram bang, di Rembiga. Pernah ke Lombok bang, Fahru Razikin. Ini Bang Gabriel siapa ini? Saya kira dia mau live ya, Min. Bang L atau siapa? Gabriel. Dia numpang liga si Amin kemarin ke rumah. Liganya si Aldi apa? AZ.
Decent hit from there.
Oh, L boy, namanya aneh, Gabriel L boy. Kirain siapa? Kirain Gabriel Batistuta tadi yang komen.
Oh, Red, nice interception. And it's De Bruyne. And here's Mohamed Salah.
Kalah.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Mantap.
Oh,
Salah
that's a
seharusnya
key
bawa.
interception. Aim forwards.
Might want to be careful there.
Neymar. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Gullit.
Asem.
A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Bellingham. Mohamed Salah. And the counter-attack is on for Barcelona. De Bruyne. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Oh, what a pass! Real chance!
Wow.
He's really put himself on the line here.
Wah, mantap. Udah lama berarti jadi anak Lombok nih. Udah kuliah di Mataram.
The message is simple.
Berapa tahun, Bang?
Defend this with your
Di Mataram.
lives. Cleared away.
Barcelona need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Ayo. Lagi 2 menit, sayang.
De Bruyne.
Lagi 2 menit, sayang.
And
Lagi
it's
2 menit.
Iniesta.
Buang, jauh.
Is there to clear. Desperate defending required here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Tenang, guys.
Mohamed Salah. Now it's Mbappe. He's had a shot. And
Yes.
that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish.
Pelan-pelan bisa lah ini
Devisi
satu.
have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately.
Lagi sedikit saja. Bung Fan pakai ini konsol lah nih Bang, konsol Xbox-nya. Konsol. Tapi mainnya pakai stick PS5. Jadi di konsol Xbox-nya itu pakai konektor stick lah gitu. Untuk konektor biar bisa semua jenis stick dipakai. Ayo Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Guys, pelan-pelan ya kita main, guys. Kita main relax agar tidak terasa gerusuk. Valverde. Wah, Konde ini menyala. Menyala terus si Konde. Janganlah. Ya pakai apa ya? Topik. Bisa lah.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Van Dijk cuts it out. Mbappe. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Iya bang, dikit lagi nih. Semoga ya nggak turun lagi. Usahakan jangan kalah, minimal draw lah.
The pass has gone astray. Now it's Eze. Eze will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Is it?
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Makin mendekati ke satu, makin
He's
dikasih
taken it.
lawan yang
And
susah.
here's Eze. Great work on the overlap. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Bukannya makin gampang.
Well, height could make
Makin
all the
serem.
difference on these set pieces.
And now they can spring out of
Fokus,
defense.
fokus. Tadi diserang terus.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Indonesia finding their passes. Rafinha. Neither side especially adventurous early on. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he's managed to get free. Great hit!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Valverde gets across to intercept that.
Susah lawannya nih. Jago.
Rafinha.
Allah.
Valverde with the cross. Vieira. Indonesia yet to have an attempt on goal.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Bout of passing here,
Allah
really
Akbar.
easy on the eye. Valverde leads.
Jangan naik Rangga, lagi mayat, lagi banyak rokok nih.
More purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Alvarez. Now it's Rafinha. Kagawa. It's Hullet. And it's Royce.
Wah.
Driving on and making good progress. Rafinha. Alvarez. And the whistle's gone,
Susah,
presumably
susah.
for offside. Half an hour
Sayang.
played now.
Might want to be careful there.
Allah, bisa begitu.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Baron. That's a nicely measured pass. DiMarco. For Valverde. Alvarez. Rafinha has it out wide and in space. Saliba. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Looking for the
Tahu
run.
dia.
That's positional
Yeah,
goal. The utilisation of space.
Taken back almost at once. That pass has been well intercepted. Gabriel.
Ya, kok gini sih konfliknya?
DiMarco.
Kontrolan.
That is a great pick out. Eze. Baron. And it's Kagawa. He can run onto that. And it's Baron. Thinks one through. And that's an errant pass.
Yeah.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Rafinha. That looks a good ball through. Alvarez! Good effort, and it is right on
Susah
half
lawannya
time.
nih.
Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. Some first half thoughts?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half.
Indonesia really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Rafinha. Valverde. Indonesia do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Ronaldinho. Valverde. And he's picked out the run. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Kagawa. Bale, very much a man of this moment. Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Valverde. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe gets flagged offside. Veron cuts out the pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Hullet.
Ih, salah. Itu rasanya.
It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, now that was a chance. What a chance. are certainly playing with
Hmm.
an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Eze. Kagawa. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Araujo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now that's well seen too. Indonesia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Rafinha. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And they can counter here. He's in plenty of space here. And that should be the keepers. Rafinha. Mbappe. That has not gone well. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Veron cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
That's an
Pegel,
untidy
pegel.
challenge. Free kick given. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Coba lah.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Rafinha.
Comfortable claim for the keeper.
Look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
Number 4. Olise. Substitutions taking place.
Olise. Valverde. Alvarez. Can he put it away? Loose ball
Apa?
now, and oh, what has happened here?
Kok dia gini sih?
Bold running will
Yeah,
always get you into
aneh.
areas of possibility.
Kok
Shot at goal!
kok larinya gitu?
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Shapes to shoot!
Shit.
Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
And here's Ronaldinho.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Valverde. Oh, perfectly measured that. It's Neymar! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Bellingham. Bellingham takes a look up. Oh, sweet feet. Heads it! And that was the final act of the game, a nearly game until the very end. And it finishes 0-0.
Seru. Bantai gue bang. Nah, nyala. Kayak halan. Kayaknya Neymar lebih enak sih di sini. Neymar lah. Oh iya, coba lihat. Oh bener, Halan ya, Halan di marking. Bentar, pakai Pandik marking Halan. Oke siap, thank you bang. Enter Dragon, Enter Dragon. Ya bahaya nih dia lambung Halan itu.
Well, hello, welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly
Kiri kanan.
entertaining one.
Oh iya
Whichever
ya.
side of it you find yourself on, we have a grand mass of noise and colour,
Bentar.
and the juices are flowing. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. Can he put it away?
Kiri kanan aja bang, Halannya nggak bisa
Their first
apa-apa.
effort on goal.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Halannya di markingnya bang ya. Lawan. Oh. Tik mangat. Mana sih? Ini ya. Dah. Oh, Halan nggak usah di marking. Oke, coba. Halan nggak usah di marking. Gini berarti. Gini doang, Bang. Tik marking Halan. Gini ya. Bang, Enter Dragon. Gini doang ya. Nah, gini dah. Coba kita lihat ya.
Italy with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Cafu goes short. He's been picked out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, kiri kanan.
And here's Roberto Carlos.
Habis ini tak
Roberto
start.
Carlos. Oh, important interception. And he can clear it away.
Oh, kiri sayapnya.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And it's Neymar. Now it's Hullet. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, what? And the shot!
Ih, salah saya.
And that's what you call inspired
Coba lihat
goalkeeping.
sayapnya.
Eto is offering a right smile there.
RMF dia tapi bang, nanti ke depan backnya. Malahan aja lah.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Maradona. Italy have the chance to go the other way.
Neymar nih, Jos.
Took the decent early chances. It bodes well for an
Hai,
exciting game.
sumpret.
Oh, perfectly shapes to shoot.
Masuk.
Goal, Italy!
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking
Oh,
for.
kehalang
Very
semua dia.
telling.
Ini dah satu aja yang jaga halang. Jadi panik, coba tes gini lah. Sialan.
Italy have
Kena
penetrated
lagi,
for the
kena
first
lagi.
time.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Setan Carlos nih.
He can run onto that, and he's managed to get
Gigi.
free. It's a mighty effort. Well, now it's a race for the ball. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Bangke, lolos dia gitu.
Maradona is on his own. Sticks it away. Oh, that's not going to count. And we go again.
Offset,
Well,
syukur
obviously
offset.
some sections of the crowd would disagree, but that was the right decision, albeit a late one.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Vieira.
Indonesia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side. Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Cafu. Cafu
Eh,
has been
set.
called out. It's foul.
Set.
Kagawa. Baron. Oh, and he's through the middle. He's found some space.
Ya Allah, diam dia.
Back in possession and ready to go again.
Eto really needed to
Diam dia.
concentrate on
Diam dia, gulit
protecting the
sialan.
ball. Then again,
Gulit sialan, diam
he
dia.
was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Baron. Might be danger here. Roberto Carlos has found the net here, of course. Cafu. Casemiro. Here's Roberto Carlos. Costa Curta. And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Maradona. Maradona showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Cafu wins the duel this time.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Kagawa.
Indonesia certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
And it's Roberto Carlos. White puts them all in. Thuram is there and he can get that clear. And they win it back again. Costa Curta. Kagawa.
Ya elah.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
And that is as far as they're going to go.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That's a good run down the left. Veron. Neymar looks for the finish. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the whistle goes for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their
Iya bang,
moments.
beda jaringan aneh
No
live bang.
shortage of talking points, but there has been
Live
just
khusus,
one goal.
wifi-nya,
That is the state of it at the
gamenya
break.
khusus.
1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Here we go again.
Indonesia can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Veron. And it's Veron. Veron cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Pass is just off target. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Italy clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
In with the challenge. Oh, super find. And he's being shifted off it. Haaland was alert to the possibilities. That could spell trouble. Haaland! And for a moment, time stood still.
Kesalahan yang
Really was
sangat
just
sangat
waiting
jelek.
to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
Some resolute defending there. And it's lofted through here. Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow
Longo
their attempt
pa,
to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Cafu. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Veron.
Sial.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Can he finish? Thuram
Buset.
makes it clear.
Siksa.
And it's Maradona. He's going for goal. He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And the pass is intercepted. Lovely bit of skill. He's played it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Neymar. Great chance!
Ya Allah.
Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Substitution on the field.
Corner number 2 then.
Neymar. Number 18.
He's got tall.
Coming on the field. Number 7. Royce. Number 24.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Bellingham. Bellingham!
Sumpah
Loose
kuat
now, and they
kipernya.
want to get it back.
Apa itu?
Well, it's good stuff.
Boom.
This is better.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Up he goes!
Yang jauh.
They've scored! There seemed no way back, but they are level. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter.
Ih,
When you've got
alah.
two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. White. And once more he proves rigid and robust.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Just eases him off the ball. Bellingham. That's an excellent interception. Del Piero. And it's Kagawa. Pull it. He's had a hit!
Ya Allah. Sial.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Shot. There's the shot!
Manis.
And it's in!
Comeback.
It was coming! They have their reward! That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Eto. I think we're just about done here. Nicely worked. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Kagawa. And it's Kagawa. Indonesia finding their passes. Nicked it back promptly. And the finish!
Ih. Melenceng.
Oh, nearly. But nearly is nothing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Aim forwards. Cafu. Araujo.
Yes.
And time is up.
Oke bang,
Indonesia
yang gawang.
have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it.
Oke, dikit lagi, dikit lagi. Tujuh belas 62. Bellingham bagus. Dikit lagi guys, pelan-pelan dulu yuk. Iya benar sih, benar Yus. Hmm. Ini GG nih. Dikit lagi, dikit lagi. Dikit lagi kita divisi 1.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats. The curtain is about to rise at the Theatre of Dreams once
Masih
more.
lawannya. Ya, apa di Permasi ini? Diganti apa?
So that's got things underway. David Villa. Now it's McAllister. Stood up well to him there.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Hullet. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Hullet. Hullet!
Wow, gila.
Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement. Wonderful goal.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
Ngelag.
Fernando
Ngelagnya
Torres.
asli.
Terrific
Ngelag.
header. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Messi is offering a right smile
Tuh.
there.
Wih, patah-patah rasanya.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Bullet
Hmm.
cuts out the supply. Eto. Now it's Neymar. Eto. Oh, good read. João Neves. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Neymar. Eto.
Yes.
Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. David Villa. Brilliantly cut out. And Now the breakaway. The pressing's intense and it's paid off.
Ih, rata terus.
McAllister. That's a good ball played into space. Neymar looking to run onto it.
Ya, kok diem?
Possession football, Jim. We're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work? Big chance! Oh, taken with style! Two to the good! They have breathing space!
Yeah, the pass was bang on, and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Ih,
And it's Van Dijk. João Neves. To McAllister. Quality ball. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well
Yeah.
stopped.
And smartly reclaimed. Kagawa. It's a really well measured ball.
hmm.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. Neymar. João Neves. Some resolute defending there. No, that was never going to make it.
Eh,
Eto. Eto. Oh, good taking. Oh, shooting chance.
ih,
Oh, surely that deserved better.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Just eases him off the ball. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And here's Eto. That's a nicely measured pass. João Neves. Fernando Torres. Messi. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
salah.
Quite squeezed out.
Tuh,
and
apa saya
through.
tekan tuh, aput-aput.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. It's Eto! João Neves. David Villa.
Berat banget sih rasanya.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. To McAllister. Guardiola.
Berat asli. Rasanya terkoneksi.
Gullit absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Ah,
And that interception was most necessary.
asli
He
berat.
read that really well and stopped it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Ini dulu.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. He is through here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh,
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
And if you do have a chance today, please
Tunisia
take some
in
time out
control
to
at
give your
half-time,
support to our
2-0.
Better Stadium Fund.
bisa nih, bisa guys.
And we're off again. changes made by neither side, from what we understand. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Hullet. Hullet, good purposeful running this. Very nicely done. Kagawa. Kagawa will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Ih, maksa masuk.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Messi, and here's Torres. A temporary retreat here.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Good spot, and the finish!
Maksa.
And a terrific save from the keeper.
Fernando Torres actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. That has not gone well. Belling. Now it's Hullet. Can he latch on to this? Look at the space here. Tries a shot!
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Now it's Torres. Bayern Munich are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. João Neves. And it's Neymar. He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Torres. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Eto'o. Good read, needed to be. Guardiola. To McAllister. João Neves. David Villa. Fernando Torres. Hullet. And it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Hullet. And it's Hullet. Great ball if he can get there. Neymar. He has found the way through. They're urging him to shoot. Hits one!
Manis.
Yes! And they are pulling clear here.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Indonesia find a position of real strength now. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Deftly away. Belling. Nicely weighted ball. McAllister. Can he finish?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's the chance to counter. Back into the middle. Oh, he's in! Great hit!
Oh,
jatuh.
jatuh.
He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That is lovely. Neither of these two want to come off second best. João Neves. Alexander-Arnold. And that's another good win of the ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive. The
Climbs up big!
Oh.
It's a goal!
Bayern Munich clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
So is this the start of a comeback? And through to the goalkeeper. Gets his pass away. He's played him through. Now can he find a finish? There's the shot! It's there! Calm,
Nice goal.
composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So now the difference is 3. Now it's McAllister. Ignory. McAllister. Now João Neves. Well seen. Saw that coming. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was
Yeah.
squeaky clean.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Floated through. Pull it. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's that, the end.
Selesai.
Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could...
Dikit lagi guys. 20 lagi. Bentar dulu guys, kita ngopi dulu bentar. Nih, slow-slow. Santai-santai. Rokin Sage pendamping ETU-nya kasih ke Drogba atau Kolar bang buat jaga kalau serangan buntu, kasih spam di cross. Bawa Vigo dari kanan bang sama midfielder ke atas skill edge Chris. Crossingnya jadi bisa spam crossing. Oke bang. Tapi udah nyaman nih ke ini. Thank you masukannya, tapi collar agak susah nih pakai collar. Entah kenapa ya. Collar. Agak susah pakai collar ini. Mana collarnya? Collar. Kan. Ya. Sumpret harus. Collar CF kan. Yuk, kok hilang? Oh ini. Karena banyak merah, dribbling merah. Pakainya memang pakai sundul enak sih. Coba dah. Bawa collar dah. Kalau buntu ya pakai collar. Bentar lah. Kita tes dulu nih. Kita pintaran dulu guys ya. Ini riskan ini. Detik-detik berbahaya nih. Lagi 20 biji. Detik-detik penuh. Deg-degan nih. Biji yang sangat-sangat berarti. Gas meh. Bismillah. Ih. Ih, bisa ini. Ini lagi apa ya? Aduh, tidak ada. Dah. Yang main heading kayaknya orangnya.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now it's Canabry. Rice. And he's intervened well there. And here's Sané. Decent progress down the left.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of
Alah.
space.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that, and he's a formidable presence at the back.
Big chance!
Mantap.
And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Kagawa, and it's Eto. Bellingham.
Salah.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Pullet. Eto. Pullet. Nice ball, and he might be in.
Ih.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Pullet.
Yo, dia lepas sama Gullit ya.
Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. And here's Pullet. Bellingham. And here's Kagawa. Rodri. Schneider. That's been cut out, well played. Yeah. And here's Eto. Bellingham.
Oh,
That's a
no.
foul. Which side of the line is that? So a big chance now from 12
Firman
yards.
Saputra agak malam minggu, Bang. Enggak, Bang.
To increase the lead.
Di rumah aja.
touch, not a blink.
It reached its target, but it was almost stopped from maybe good goalkeeping homework.
Gol! Ha segnato al 29esimo minuto numero 9.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Araujo makes the interception. Neymar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and
Ih,
glory. Rice. It's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Darwin. Spread it left. Well, there's the clearance. Well, they've got it again. Works it forward. Oh, that's a key interception.
kalah.
Looking for the runner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And it's Gnabry.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Gnabry. Oh, that's fabulous. Schneider. Look at this. And the shots!
Oh.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Vieira can get it clear. Indonesia are looking to go forward now. And they win it back again. Eto, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Bellingham. That's Vieira.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Neymar. And it's Eto. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Adams. And the half-time whistle goes.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Vi ricordiamo che per la vostra
Indonesia
sicurezza
in control at half-time, 2-0.
Aduh.
And the second half gets underway. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Over to the left. And here's Bellingham. Oh, good ball. Decent hit!
Iya, elah.
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Schneider. And it's Gnabry. Rice. Here's Rodri. Schneider.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Indonesia keep calm in the face of danger. Van Dijk. Nicely aimed pass. Nicely weighted ball. Now, he's just misjudged that one. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach
Jalan.
its target. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
He is through here. Kagawa.
Sialan, salah.
There's some great
Nah,
running
nah,
on
tetap.
show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
Rodri.
70.987 spettatori.
And it's Schneider. And here's Sane. Sane going face to face with his great rival. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Schneider. Sane. And here's Sane. Now it's Schneider. And that was very necessary. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Schneider. Neymar. Bellingham. Now it's Kagawa. Bellingham. Always looking for that half a chance. Eto'o. Schneider. Adams. And Koundé. Rice. Kagawa. And it's Eto'o. Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that's well spotted. Vieira.
This is the time you need that pace.
And he cuts out the supply. Pull it. Oh, good ball. Shots on here.
Ih, udah lolos padahal.
Out to the
Saya
left it
mundurin.
goes. Now it's Schneider. And here's Nunez. Shot at Sane. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Rodri.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to
Ooh,
take any
ooh,
risks.
ooh. Sulit, sudah capek. Drogba waktunya lumayan. Nah, ini demikian. Ronaldinho, oke.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero
It's their
14.
second corner of the game.
Numero 30. Schneider. Lasciano il campo per il numero 21. Griezmann.
And he's taking no chances there.
Via. Cambio di giocatori.
Saliba. And it's Gnabry. Indonesia have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Good spot. He's seen the run. Tries to get it clear.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just
Yeah.
passing time.
Koundé. Adams. Oh, super ball. Nice interception, well timed. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the...
Buset, lagi 3 biji. Buset. Aduh, dipasin gua. Buset, dah lagi 3 biji doang. Oh, bentar dulu guys, bentar. Peregangan dulu. Ah, ini bahaya nih, lagi 3 biji nih. Bentar ambil minum dulu guys, ambil minum bentar guys. Oke, lanjut.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. As you can see, we've already started here. Bullets.
Ye, kok gitu?
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar going face to face with his great rival. It's Neymar!
Yo,
And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
tiang, kampret.
The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way.
Nge-lag nih. Asli nge-lag.
And
Mbak, ya.
Araujo playing game number 100 for his current employers.
Well, that
Okay.
milestone
Mantap,
might
mantap.
be on the back of his mind, Peter, although I'm pretty sure he'll just go about his business as usual. It's just one of the many achievements he...
He's had a hit!
Mamam.
They've scored!
Indonesia clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Totti. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Xhaka. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And it's Neymar.
Salah.
Always onto this. Good
Jangan
read,
ditutup.
needed to be. Granit Xhaka. Totti. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Roberto Carlos. Hernandez. The Netherlands looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
And it's Hullet. Neymar. Granit Xhaka. Bellingham. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Kagawa. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Salah kayak gitu.
And here's Eto. Eto! And yes, it's there! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted
Salah.
attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Neymar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Totti. Conte. Vieira calmly anticipates. Neymar. Now it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Neymar. And here's Eto. Kagawa. Now this could be a chance. Big chance! They are rampant! Hot knife
Sick.
through butter. They have done it again. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Keluar tuh, cepet. Biar berakhir nih. Gak mau. Tuhan dia keluar ya. Dia langsung ke satu. Keluar.
Indonesia find a position of real strength now.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, and he's through the middle. Now it's Eto.
Ih,
That's
salah
been
salah.
cut out.
Harusnya
Well
saya bawa.
played. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Eto stood his ground strongly. Oh, lovely feed is. It's Eto!
Ya,
And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Roberto Carlos. Kagawa. Bellingham. Oh, that was vital. Granit Xhaka. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Added time.
That's a good ball played into space. Turan. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Time and again they are repelled. And it's half-time here. Well, the contrast in fortunes here could not be much more stark. All smiles on one side, their qualities have shone through. But look across the other way, and there is nothing short of absolute
And we come to
deflation.
you now with a quick request
Peter,
for
do I
support
really need to
for
say
our
anything,
World
or can I
Charity
simply
Fund?
refer you to the scoreline?
Indonesia are cruising in at half-time, 3-0 ahead. And the second half gets underway. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. And that's put paid to a promising move. Hernandez. And it's Roberto Carlos.
Indonesia have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Kagawa going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, nicely intercepted. Roberto Carlos. That's beautifully weighted. Oh no, this does not look good. Well, there's the clearance. We get a throw in. Conte. And here's Xhaka. Bellingham.
ih,
And here's Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Bullet. Bullet. And here's Neymar. That is lovely. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Lovely feet. He's had it taken off him. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. The Netherlands are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready
ih,
to
nggak bisa di
hit them
ketiga.
hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Great ball if he can get there. And it's Eto. He's had a shot!
Yes.
They've done it! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game?
Manis sekali golnya.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And with
Dapat
that,
ya.
the hat-trick is complete.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Indonesia are having a ball here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Araujo. Bellingham. That's a lovely, neat pass. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Kvaratskhelia. Roberto Carlos. Bellingham, who needs just a moment to score a goal.
Ih, lolosan lari.
They're not going to make any further progress now. Can he put it away? has faded wide.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Ganti dulu, ganti. Udah capek dah ya. Ada capek. Nah, kan benar Gullit udah lemes.
Substitution in progress.
Indonesia choosing to make the first change. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Now it's Totti. Indonesia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Now it's Drogba. Well, they've got
Iya,
plenty
bisa
back,
dia
they
masuk.
can deal with that. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Pressing high and with purpose. Neymar. Will play through for the wide man. He's picked his Neymar! Brought out the best in the keeper.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
Indonesia have their second corner now. And the finish! And now a sudden chance to counter. Veron, my chance!
Ya,
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Pass somewhat off target. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Saliba spots it and intercepts. Veron. Now
iya
it's
bentar
Baik.
lagi.
And
Iya,
then
bentar
there's
lagi saya nyapu.
Just 5 minutes left.
Iya, iya.
Yeah.
Duduk dulu situ.
And it's Roberto
Jangan
Carlos.
ditekan-tekan apa-apa ya.
Chips it through. Couldn't quite
Habis
squeeze
ini
that
kamu
one
main.
through.
Lagi bentar.
Upamecano gets across to
Halo,
intercept that.
kamera. Halo, guys.
Now it's Totti. It's Totti!
Nih, kamera. Halo, guys.
And that's past the post.
Nih gitu. Ya. Bentar ya. Lagi apa, guys? Udah makan belum, guys?
Veron looking for the runner.
Mana punya saya?
Yang putih.
Time added on will be
Review?
2
Apa,
minutes.
Review
Totti
juga.
Iya. Oke, guys.
and into the grateful arms of the
Saya
keeper.
putih.
Mm-mm.
Saya.
Oke, guys,
And
menang,
the
guys.
referee
Tos, guys.
brings it to a close.
Oke.
Indonesia
Sudah divisi
really
1,
have
guys.
hit the heights.
Ote,
A tour de
sudah.
force.
Woi, divisi 1, guys.
Iya.
And that is what tends to happen.
Ote dah,
when they
sudah
do their
episode
thing.
1.
Gampang banget, guys.
Gampang banget, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Kita divisi 1.
Oh iya, Ote.
Asik.
Tik. Mantap ya.
Ngomong tuh. Ya, kita udah divisi 1, kawan.
Kawan,
Mana?
kawan.
Kita udah divisi 1.
Iya,
Terima kasih
iya,
sudah menonton.
iya,
Kita akan ketemu lagi
iya.
di
Di dunia ini.
di season selanjutnya.
Di season selanjutnya.
Pas riset tanggal 15 ya. Di
Iya.
Season. Di season tanggal 15 kita lanjut lagi.
Iya, oke, lanjut.
Oke guys,
Oke,
waktunya
das.
istirahat, nemenin anak dulu yang sudah nonton, Bang Firman, Bang Reka, Bang
Entar dah,
Rocky,
entar dah.
Bang Enter Dragon.
Kita mati main game.
Thank you very much. Ini pamit ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Iya, das.